Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard of
Ozempic.
Ozempic. It is literally the hottest drug in the country right now.
Probably the closest things we've got to a magic weight loss pill.
Is this the magic pill for weight loss that we've all been looking for?
It's a miracle. It's too good to be true.
Yeah.
You can just make people who've struggled with their weight their entire lives thin. It's a miracle.
Right here, this is the cure-all. This is the thing. It's gonna make you lose weight. It's gonna make you fit in. Everybody's doing it. It's safe. It's fun.
Ozempic may be hailed as a new silver bullet, as a weight loss miracle, but if we look back over the history of diet pills and weight loss drugs, we can begin to appreciate how it's not always what it seems.
Due to its effectiveness, its popularity has skyrocketed, which is why it's no wonder this market is estimated to be worth $100 billion by 2030. But as all things that seem too good to be true, there's a hidden dark side that's been very well hidden by marketers.
Some people get such strong side effects that they literally can't tolerate the medicine at all.
They're getting lighter, Megan, but they're getting fatter.
The nausea, GI distress, diarrhea, potentially even vomiting in a minority of cases too.
They're patients who were losing weight on Ozempic or Wegovy, and they were seeing that those patients were losing body fat, but they were also losing lean muscle mass.
I felt that way for a while too, but then I was gonna literally unsubscribe from life.
Are those side effects, or those potential side effects, worth the risk?
This video will uncover the $100 billion weight loss scam that is flooding our society. Throughout history, people have always looked for many ways to lose weight, most of them unsuccessful. 1930, dinitrophenol, first used in ammunition factories, then as anti-obesity therapy. Shortly after, it was banned due to its side effects, from blindness to neuropathy at low doses to death at higher doses. 1940s, amphetamine benzedrine. It became the diet pill of choice, first used as a powerful stimulant for soldiers in the Second World War. Then, once the war was over, their new market became housewives and was sold as a weight loss cure. 1950s, HCG, first used to stimulate puberty in boys, then used as a weight loss cure. In the end, it was found to be very ineffective. 1960s, Obetrol, a mix between methamphetamine and dextroamphetamine, was approved by the FDA as a weight loss cure and was used by about 5% of the US population, which is the equivalent of 9.7 million. These were in the end found to be incredibly harmful. They could cause things like psychosis, hallucinations, and death. 1985, the year that fen-phen came onto the market. Phentermine and fenfluramine were shown to help people lose weight, and a lot of it. Due to its regulations, it wasn't supposed to be used for longer than 12 weeks. The women who did developed cases of heart valve abnormalities. Unsurprisingly, this led it to being taken off the market. 1999, Orlistat, often sold under the brand Xenical. Though understood to be safe and is still FDA approved, Xenical inhibits the digestion of fat, leading to 30% of the fat in the diet passing out in the stool as oil. And now semaglutide, the new weight loss drug on the market. If you paid attention, a pattern that seems to occur is that every time a weight loss drug entered the market, it came with grim side effects and sometimes got banned. Unfortunately, this pattern would repeat itself with semaglutide. It is important to state that Ozempic, or Wegovy, is simply a brand name for the same drug called semaglutide. Ozempic, however, was the first one on the market, created by a company called Novo Nordisk. The drug was initially developed as an anti-diabetic drug, made to regulate insulin levels and blood sugar, only it had a fortunate side effect. People who initially used the drug to regulate blood sugar and insulin levels also happened to experience weight loss, and sometimes drastic weight loss. Word started to spread, and people began using it for entirely different reasons than it was initially made for.
Because of this added effect of weight loss, many people started using the medication off-label for just weight loss.
One of the problems is that these drugs aren't always being taken by the people who need them the most.
Doctors began prescribing the drug off-label, and it unfortunately became very popular amongst the people who didn't actually need the drug. Some studies reported that people on semaglutide could lose up to 5% of their body weight after a month and 8% after 2 months. For a 300-pound person, that could mean a 15-pound weight loss after a month and 24 pounds after 2 months. Outside of those studies, the drug became very popular on social media and amongst celebrities. Some include Elon Musk, Khloe Kardashian, Amy Schumer, and so on. It became the newest weight loss cure that seemed very close to a magic weight loss pill people had all been waiting for. The beautiful thing about it is that it didn't require someone to go through extensive exercise and dieting. It literally only took an injection. The drug would act as the hormone GLP-1 in the body, which signals to the brain whenever you're full after a meal. It would signal to the body that you're full, even though you haven't eaten anything. Naturally, whenever you feel a lot less hungry throughout the day, you'll eat a lot less and thus lose weight. It's basic calories in, calories out. Combine this with how easy the injection is, and you can better understand why they went so viral amongst the population.
You take it.
Oh, in your stomach?
In your stomach. You take it, go like that, press.
That's it.
That's it.
Seeing this demand for the drug, the same company who produced Ozempic created Wegovy. Ozempic was still seen as a diabetes drug, and many doctors refused to prescribe the drug for weight loss purposes if patients didn't have diabetes. That's when they decided to create Wegovy, which is the exact same drug, semaglutide, but under a different brand name. This one, although containing the same drug, was approved by the FDA as a weight loss drug and could thus be legally sold as such.
The pharmaceutical company decided to take the same generic medication found within Ozempic, called semaglutide, increase its dosage, and repackage it under a different brand name called Wegovy.
This then meant a lot more profit for the company. Create the exact same product under a new name, make people believe obesity is a disease.
The biggest misconception about weight and obesity is that somehow your weight is under your control. Obesity is a disease of the pathways that regulate your energy balance.
And bribe the doctors to prescribe the drug as the solution to this obesity to make a lot of profit.
There was literally a run to doctors to prescribe this medication for them off-label in order to help them with their weight loss.
Remember that those drugs can get very expensive and usually cost around $1,000 or more for a monthly supply. Knowing their extreme demand, combined with their expensive prices, it becomes understandable why such an evil industry will be worth hundreds of billions of dollars in the near future. And although the price was high, seeing how effective and easy it was, Wegovy's rise still became apparent. But this didn't come without any side effects. There's a saying that goes, a drug that doesn't have any side effects is a drug that doesn't work. If this saying is true, and we've seen how well these drugs can work, how bad can we expect the side effects to be? Amy Schumer, who had tried Ozempic in the past, mentioned that it made her feel very sick and made her life simply unlivable.
Like a year ago, I tried it.
Okay.
You know, it's like, you know, you try it. And I was one of the people that felt like so sick and like couldn't like play with my son. I was so skinny and I was just like he was throwing a ball at me and it was just, and you're like, okay, this isn't livable for me.
Or Sharon Osbourne, who mentioned it made her feel nauseous while taking the drug.
When I first started to take it, I felt nauseous the whole time.
These are just a few short-term side effects people experienced. Others include thyroid cancer, pancreatitis, hypoglycemia, and a range of other side effects.
The nausea, GI distress, diarrhea, potentially even vomiting in a minority of cases too.
One of those also being intestinal blockage, which can lead to belly pain, vomiting, cramps, and an inability to poop. And if your intestines are fully blocked, you can die. But maybe more bothering is the fact that most of the weight lost is lean mass. People were getting lighter, but they were getting fatter.
There are patients who were losing weight on Ozempic or Wegovy, and they were seeing that those patients were losing body fat, but they were also losing lean muscle mass.
They're getting lighter, Megan, but they're getting fatter.
Perhaps even more concerning are the long-term side effects. In most cases, you are unable to stop. Since most of the weight is lost due to your appetite getting crushed, the second you come off, that appetite comes back.
When patients stop semaglutide-containing injections, the body returns to its normal physiology and hormonal function, where the appetite, once suppressed, returns to normal levels.
And usually people get even more weight than before. Once people start injecting it, they essentially become customers for life, or at least for a very long time. And if that wasn't enough, since the drug became extremely popular, suppliers began struggling to produce enough of it, and prices would naturally go up.
Which unfortunately ended up creating a shortage, which puts people at risk who desperately need the medication because they have a true diagnosis of diabetes and are not using it for off-label uses.
This in turn meant that many people who were dependent on the drug either couldn't afford it anymore or couldn't get access to it since it became so scarce. The whole world of weight loss drugs is one that you don't want to get into. Remember, a drug that doesn't have any side effects is a drug that doesn't work. And I would even add that the better the drug works, the worse the side effects will be. although people will keep using it for the many years to come. Since people are addicted to shortcuts and instant gratification, all we can truly hope for is for this drug to get banned like previous ones and get off the market before too many people get hooked onto a drug that will damage their health for life. There are many other more sustainable ways to lose weight, but those don't make the headlines because they're harder and take longer. Losing weight is oftentimes a years-long journey and cannot be done by simply injecting a drug into our system.
Are those side effects, or those potential side effects, worth the risk?